So, if you haven't heard, this Friday, May 16th, you can get your hands on the brand new Sync Match app. This is a unique new offering providing data insights into the current TV sync licensing marketplace for music producers who primarily want to answer this major question: where do I fit into the current marketplace? Where does my style of music, both my genre, my mood, the instruments I use, everything that I'm incorporating into my music, where exactly is it getting placed, or is it even getting placed in today's marketplace? That is exactly what this app is built to answer and determine for you within 5 minutes. I'm going to explain to you how you can use this app and within 3 to 5 minutes get clear direction and clear answers for your entire career. This is a game-changing amount of technology soon in your fingertips. But just before we get started, we will be doing an early access launch only for current Sync Academy, Sync Edge, and Pro Feedback members. So you just got to be a member of some part of our community. I will leave the links below if you want to learn more about those services. We will be doing a sort of soft launch, early access launch for members only starting this Friday, May 16th. And I will post the link around 9 a.m. Pacific time. So definitely log in, keep an email, look out on your email inbox. I will make you guys aware of when that is going to be available to you. We will do a public launch, but I don't have the details for that. It'll be weeks into the future. I haven't set the pricings for that. I can't give you any details, but I will at the end of this video give you the first 100 members sign up rates, the sort of founders rate discount that I'm going to offer the first 100 members that decide to sign up this Friday, and why you might want to consider doing that, because you can lock in these very, very heavily discounted rates forever, for as long as you want to keep your membership active with Sync Match. Okay, so stay tuned to the end. I'll give you those details. But right now, I want to show you a quick overview of Tag Match, which is basically the killer feature of the Sync Match app. When you log in, maybe this Friday morning, you're going to immediately land onto the Tag Match tab right here. Now, it's called Tag Match, I think, for obvious reasons. We first allow you to upload an MP3 of a track that you've composed. We use an auto tagging software program to apply useful metadata tags to your music, including genre, mood, character, instruments, and many other metrics. And then we take those tags and we match your track against our master placement sheet. So I want to show you guys a little bit about how the sausage is made. Basically, this is what's powering this app and what's powering the Tag Match feature, which allows you to find exactly which production music libraries, which TV shows, and which channels your music would best fit for in terms of what has recently been placed. So what you're seeing here is essentially a snapshot of all the channels and all the production music library placements that we've detected for the previous month. So for this, you're looking at the placements happening in end of March into April. So this is basically less than 1 month old, all the placements and all the data that we were able to detect. So as you can see, not only will we tell you which channel it came from, when it was airing, but we can also tell you the track title, name, what was the name of the track that got placed, how many times it got placed. We can also tell you the length of the track and also how long the track was placed. How long did it air for? Really valuable stuff that we've never been able to know up until now. We can also tell you which TV show, essentially which time slot was airing while the track placed. Some of these tracks placed during these actual shows inside of the show. Other times these tracks were placed during the commercial break, but you can basically just know where the track was essentially landing on TV. Here's some game-changing data that we've never had access to. We can tell you which production music company, which publisher, which label supplied each track, and also give you a direct link to that company, whether or not it's a standalone production music library or it's a subcatalog of a major publisher. We can tell you exactly where this music is coming from and give you direct links to those companies. Up until now, if you wanted to find out this information, you had to basically be the person getting the placement to really know a lot of this stuff. Most of us have not been able to get access to this kind of information, this kind of clarity, opening up the curtain as to what's getting placed where and from which production music library. So you guys now get access to that. But we go even further with our master sheet. We can actually also tag all of these tracks. We'll give you the Spotify link so you can listen to them. But we can also go tag everything in terms of what genre are each one of these tracks, what mood are they containing in terms of the vibe that they're providing. Very important for sync licensing insights, right? Which BPM were they composed in? How fast or slow are they? What key were they composed in? Kind of an interesting metric that we've never really known. The energy levels, what instruments are being detected in it. Is it an instrumental track or is it a vocal track? And if it's a vocal track, is it male? Is it female? Is it mixed? Does it have both genders involved there? and also what category of the tempo in terms of fast, medium, slow, super fast does it belong to. So this is the kind of stuff and this is the kind of data that can essentially completely open our eyes and open your eyes as to the trends of our marketplace. This is basically, again, something that has never been available to us. So that's the master placement sheet, and it gets dynamically updated to this app every single month. So it's basically every month you can count on the first of the month, a brand new data dump coming online so you can see exactly what was just getting placed in the previous month. Really, really powerful information. So going back to Tag Match, when you come onto the app and you basically decide to upload an MP3 file of yours, you either click on this or just click and drag in an MP3 file. It's got to be MP3, no waves or AIFs, and make sure it's at least 60 seconds long to give the auto tagging feature enough time to fully analyze your track and give you accurate metadata. And also, by the way, none of your music or your metadata is going to be used to train any generative AI models or anything in the future. You guys know, if you've been following me at all, you know my stance on generative AI training. That should be a completely 100% opt-in. You should be authorizing a company to be able to train off of your music. And that is not at all included with the Tag Match feature or Sync Match at all. All your music is going to be able to do is be basically tagged. It's going to be analyzed by this AI auto tagging system that we've partnered with. It'll apply those useful meta tags and send them to your track and basically allow you to get your tag match results based on matching those set of tags with a set of tags that we've already got on our master data sheet. And that is it. And also, out of over caution and abundance of caution from me, I will be wiping our entire servers clean every single month. I don't want hundreds or thousands of tracks sitting on a hard drive somewhere that could be scraped or maybe, hacked into or stolen, or something could happen to them. Or it's really useful data, it's your metadata, and I don't want anybody else to have access to that or potentially use that for nefarious purposes or to train some AI model or something down the road. So just to be extra cautious, I will be personally going in and wiping out our server every single month. So just rest assured your track will not be used to train any generative AI models or anything like that, okay? So on the same tab, though, where you can upload your track, you can scroll down, and this is where you can see the results that are going to be populated. As you can see, I've been testing this out pretty thoroughly the last couple of weeks. So I just want to show you one example of a track that I uploaded of mine. It's a track that I actually created and composed quite a few years ago. And you can, once you upload your track and it's processed, it takes about basically 3 to 5 minutes for you to get your results. You'll get notified and get an email when your results are ready. I'll play a little bit of the track, and then we'll basically go through these results fairly quickly on this video. I will definitely do further follow-up videos giving you guys more track examples to kind of just showcase the accuracy of this and basically how to use these results, because essentially these results are going to tell you one of two things. Number one, you're on a really good path because your music is sounding a lot like many other tracks that are getting a lot of placements. And that's a really good sign that it's confirmation. You're going in the right direction. Keep doing that. Number two, I think a vast majority of you are going to log into there and use this to find out that you might need to course correct a bit, that you might be heading in a licensable direction, but as you compare your track to the tracks that we're going to pair you with that have recently been placed, you might discover fairly quickly there's a slightly different approach to your particular genre, mood, whatever it is that you're doing, that is getting the most amount of placements. So this is very, very powerful information to basically let you know within 5 minutes where exactly you should go in terms of which reference tracks you can use. You can use the reference tracks that are supplied in these results. And also knowing that these are not just any old production music library track out there on the internet. These are the proven ones. These are the ones that you can see directly that have been placed recently in the last month and see those insights as to where it got placed and how it got placed. That is incredibly powerful for all of you that want to learn how to make sure you get that competitive edge to make licensable music and not waste time cranking out a bunch of tracks for months and months, maybe even years, that sits on the shelf and doesn't get placements. This is essentially designed to help you avoid that scenario, okay? So here's a little bit of the first game jitters, just a title that I'd come up with so you can get a vibe for where this one's going. And then you can basically evaluate and judge for yourself how accurate the tags that this one generated for work. As you can tell, still one of my favorite ones. I like that one. Obviously, it got the genre rock correct. It got some subgenres kind of mixed in there. Indie rock, alternative rock, another alternative rock. Moods, aggressive, energetic. I think it got that one fairly well. Advanced moods, energetic, strong, powerful, exciting, resolute. Feels like it's nailing all that. The instruments, percussion usually means drums in a variety of ways, but yeah, obviously in guitar and bass, it's picking up on that. It obviously knows it's instrumental. There are no vocals on the rest of this track. You can take my word for that. So it obviously got that one. And the character tags, this is kind of a unique, interesting tag that's useful for sync licensing placement opportunities. Bold, unpolished, powerful, cool. They're not necessarily always musical terms, but these are really, really powerful terms that can help you make sure that your tracks are really, really steered towards particular and useful metrics for somebody to want to use one of your tracks. So this is really powerful stuff. And the movement is essentially what kind of movement on screen or what kind of movement in the music feels like it would be associated with this track, and bouncy to me feels exactly right. I mean, I think this model is just really great at understanding the sort of movement of what's happening in your music, which could be useful again for sync licensing clients that want to use your track and find out the right kind of use case for your track. So right when you come on down with your results, you'll see that we have a couple of sync-friendly track title suggestions. Again, you can use these if you want to. You don't have to. Based on the metadata tags that was generated for this track, we've got Grit Galore, Raw Rebellion, Voltage, Vortex. So you might like those, you might not like them, you want to edit them, you want to combine them. That's totally on you. These are your track titles to use however you see fit. I know for a lot of production music library composers, coming up with a really sync-friendly title that sort of conveys the vibe of the track is difficult. And sometimes many producers are skimping on this and not really doing a proper job of it. And that can definitely get in the way of you getting more placements because people are going to see your track title before they click play on it. So your track title needs to sort of evoke some curiosity and almost demand that you click play on it to find out what does Grit Galore sound like or Raw Rebellion, right? Then we also give you a track description. So again, based on your instruments, mood, genre, everything. Energetic and powerful indie rock track, brimming with the raw energy of electric guitars and unpolished percussion, delivers a bold and resolute mood, perfect for an exciting, high-powered scene. So this can be really useful as well as you approach a production music library. A lot of times they will usually handle this, putting a sort of track description in for your tracks, but it's boring. It's really a lot of extra work. They don't like doing it. Nobody likes doing it. So if you're coming to a library and you've already got this done, that can really sort of set you apart from the pack in terms of you've already done a lot of their homework for them and you just look a lot more prepared for doing business with them, okay? Then you come on down, you're going to see the number of TV shows that have used your genre. This one had 29. When we give you a suggested use case, of course, your track could be used for a variety of use cases, but based on your genre, your mood, everything that we kind of detected, we let you know, hey, this is kind of where normally a track like this would land up in the TV marketplace. Could be useful for you. Now, here's where it gets really powerful. So we're going to give you two sets of similar tracks. Every track that gets uploaded should come up with top place tracks within your genre. So these are more loosely based, only sharing your top genre in common. So rock. Rock is a huge umbrella term. Rock includes indie rock and pop rock and aggressive rock and nu metal and death metal. So these tracks, some of them might sound like your track, but a lot of them might not sound anything like your track. And they're just going to only loosely have a similar genre tag. And it's basically the main sort of branched out genre. So this kind of just gives you an idea of within your big umbrella, ocean of tracks in your genre, these are the top placed ones. Okay, so if you want to know Voltage Vertigo, 134 placements, CBS. If you want to go, all right, the top placed rock track that we detected, what does that sound like? Click on play, go to Spotify, and here's what it sounds like. So it's much more of a classic rock kind of a tune, not like mine. Mine's got a little bit more of that nu metal kind of, hard rock sort of a vibe. That's not really what mine is doing, but this is kind of interesting for me to know that if I want to get more and more placements, or at least know what's getting more placements, going kind of in this classic garage rock direction seems to be doing fairly well. And there's many other ones. I won't go through all of them on this video. But if you do sign up for Sync Match and start uploading your tracks, you should be going through all these and not only listening to the Spotify, clicking on the download MP3 to listen to the snippet of this track being played so you can understand, was this in the background, was it in the foreground, where was this happening? And of course, you get a direct link to the particular library that supplied each one of these tracks. So if you want to maybe reach out to that library, this could be a direct link for you to find out how to get a hold of them, okay? Coming on down, this is where we're going to get a little bit more focused on combining not just your genre, but your genre and your main mood together. So for this one, we had obviously rock, and the main mood is going to be aggressive. So as we come down here, these ones are going to basically combine those two tags, rock and aggressive, to try to get you the top place tracks that are sharing those two tags, okay? So these ones, as you click play on them, should sound a little bit more like your track. If they do, that means that you are going in a very, very licensable direction, and you probably should just continue doing what you're doing. If they sound different, it doesn't mean that it was an error or that the system didn't pair you correctly or something like that. It likely means that you need to course correct a bit if you want to fit in more with the current market trends. And this is such a key point. The whole point of this app is to help course correct all of us into making music that is much more in demand and much more licensable and based on recent data, recent placement reports that we just got. So just remember that as you listen to these tracks, even if they sound nothing like yours, that doesn't mean that something went wrong. And it actually means it's a time to be kind of listening for understanding and really using these reference tracks maybe to model your music moving forward, or maybe steering your music a little bit towards them to make music that's more in demand. That's the idea here, okay? That one, yeah, that one doesn't sound like mine at all. Let's check out another one. Sledgehammer. Feels like that might sound a little bit more like mine. There you go. So that gives you a little bit of a sense of that's a little closer to what mine is doing. But you can tell there's a difference there, right? So this one's got a little bit more of that swagger rock to it. It's much more polished sounding, much more airy, much more uplifting in a way. And it's just larger. It just feels a lot larger than mine. So this is my track. So as I'm going to be trying to take some direction from this app, it's going to let me know that I might need to go into slightly different direction with my music if I want to make something that's more licensable. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you're not making great music or that you're not making, you know, really cool beats and riffs and all that kind of stuff. But again, the whole point of this app is to help you understand and get a clear vision of if you want to get sync placements, and that's what primarily most of you guys following me are really interested in. This is the roadmap in front of you. These are the tracks. These are the proven insights that basically you can use to get you to where you want to go. Now, one of the obvious features for Tag Match, one of the reasons most of you are going to want to use this, is we're going to give you your library and publisher matches. So what we do is we take your genre and your mood, and we sort of match you against our large database of all the production music libraries that we've been detecting from all these placements. And we sort of find the top 5. You might have 3, maybe 4, but a lot of your tracks will likely return 5 results. At least a few you'll get every single time. And these are basically letting you know of all the libraries that we have detected. These are essentially the top 5 in terms of they've had the most in common, the most hits in common with the tracks that they've recently got placed with the track that you just uploaded. So it'll tell you you're fitting in the most with these 5 companies. And we basically, depending on which 5 or 3 or 4 that you guys get here, we will sort of give you the top listed one in terms of the one that had the most hits of all of them as your overall best library match. So if you're not looking for 5 different companies to maybe look into, you're just looking for the top one, click on this one right here. It's going to get you a link directly to if it's an independent company or if it's a sub-publisher of a major distributor like APM like this one. You can get direct access to them to learn more about them, listen to more of their music, dive into their catalog, et cetera, all you want to do, okay? And all of these are hyperlinked as well. So you can click on any one of these. You can get the Brand X's website. If you're like, hey, I want to check out what they're all about, you can obviously do that as well. So this is all available. You're going to get these results every time you upload a track. And of course, we're going to let you know which specific TV shows have used your style of music, mostly based on your genre. And of course, which TV channels of the ones that we have been monitoring have used your genre as well, okay? So this is where we begin. We're gonna grow from here, and we're gonna be adding, like I said, more and more channels in the coming months. I would like to add more and more potentially other sources of, streaming, video games, other cool things that we can basically start to get deeper and further and more comprehensive insights into our marketplace. But for right now, essentially what you're getting access to is the 14,000 or so individual placements that happen across these top 10 rated US TV channels based on their Nielsen ratings and based on the fact that they have a lot of new original content that sources a lot of new placements. We want to basically find out where all the new placements are happening because most of you guys are going to want to basically get access to that, okay? So right now, I'm going to give you guys the pricing points, the membership options, and what you can look forward to if you'd like to join us, again, this Friday, May 16th, if you are already in Sync Academy, Sync Edge, or Pro Feedback. So hopefully you can see why I've been so excited about building this app and been waking up around 3 or 4 in the morning most days to try to work on it. And just super stoked to finally get it into your hands, to have you guys get access to this stuff and see for yourself and feel for yourself how powerful this can be, okay? So if you are in one of our platforms, again, I'll link below if you guys want to join us. These are going to be your 3 membership options this Friday at 9 a.m. I will post the link inside of all the platforms, so just be on the lookout for it, okay? And again, these can all be locked in if you're one of the first 100 members to sign up this Friday, okay? So starting off, we will have a basic option. This is just going to be $9.99 a month, and it's going to get you access to all the data on the app. And you can basically get every single monthly data upgrade. So every time that we have a new master sheet of placements that come up and get dumped into the app, you're going to get access to that every single month. And you'll also get 1 trial tag match credit. So this is not one that renews every single month, but you do get to at least try out that tag match feature that I just showcased for yourself. Upload 1 track, get the results, judge for yourself how useful it is, how valuable it is. If you like it, you can upgrade, which I'll tell you about the next membership plan. But I want to make sure that everybody at least tries this out once to see for themselves exactly how powerful and encouraging this is going to be, to make you know and help you know exactly where you should start to point your sync licensing career, which direction you should go in. Cancel anytime, of course. There's nothing long-term about this. We do have a 30-day money-back guarantee, as I do with all of my products. And this is going to be your founders rate locked in for as long as you want to keep your membership active. I will never raise these rates ever for the founders that decided to sign up. And again, this is for the first 100, okay? If you want to upgrade, if you want to get monthly uploads where you can basically do this on a consistent basis, this is going to be a really good option for those of you that are fairly active. You're making new music every single month, and you maybe want to get those track titles, or you want to kind of find out, hey, what's happening in the marketplace this month? Where does my music kind of fit now? Again, this is going to be dynamically updated, so your matches for the previous month won't necessarily carry over into the next month, because we're going to have new placements obviously detected, and in the coming months we're going to definitely be adding new channels as well. So essentially everything you got with basic, but now you get 5 tag match upload credits every single month, and that renews. So every 30 days you've got 5 new tracks that you can upload, and this is again locked in for as long as you want to if you're one of the first 100 members. So this is just $14.99, $5 more, and you essentially get basically $1 a tag match upload. So a fairly good deal, I think, a really good deal. Now, for those of you that want a little bit more, you think 5 is just not going to be enough per month, we do also offer a pro membership, just $3 more essentially at $17.99, and you can basically get everything else that you were getting on the other memberships, but now you get 10 tag match uploads that do renew every single month. So you can essentially upload up to 10 tracks on a 30-day basis, so you can always know exactly where your tracks are fitting into the current marketplace. So again, these are just for members only, and for the first 100 members that sign up starting this Friday, I'll post the link again around 9 a.m. Pacific time in those platforms, okay? Just a reminder, this is all happening, if it's not clear, Friday, May 16th, only for members right now. We will do a public launch in a couple of weeks, and I'll have details for that when that's ready. We're going to start a little bit smaller here and a little bit more kind of on the inside of our community, just to make sure everything's running smoothly and I sort of iron out any kinks before we go into a broader public launch with this. And this is web, it's mobile. You can use it anywhere you want to, any platform, it doesn't matter. I will say you will likely want to use this as a desktop app on your browser, because if you're going to be uploading tracks, usually if you have your home studio, that's where your MP3s are going to be. So you're going to want to get access to those MP3s to upload them. But you can take this on the go with you anywhere you want to as well, okay? And again, that founders rate, those membership fees that I just let you know about, are only for the first 100 members that sign up. After that, they will be raised. I haven't set what the raised price will be. Kind of depends. But just know that if you do want to get access to this and you're excited and you feel that this is going to be valuable for you, don't skimp on this. Don't wait and see. Just jump in first thing Friday morning. Make sure you do get access to this app, and so you can take it for a spin and see for yourself exactly how powerful this data can be now that it's in your hands. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything that I didn't address, go ahead and post it below. Also, you can email me, Jesse@syncmymusic.com. Be happy to answer your questions. But I'm basically just putting the final last few touches on it today and tomorrow. And then we're off to the races on Friday to get this thing in your guys' hands and to see what you do with SyncMatch.